I can.
Did we start recording?
Yep.
Okay, get him. Ew, I see you, boy. No, don't stop. Yeah.
I wish I could do like that.
I wasn't doing much, big dog. Don't worry.
It don't take much, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and welcome everybody back to a different sports show, episode number 136, but episode number 1 of 2026. Happy from a different conversation. I'm here with Matt. I'm here with Kem. Of course, I'm Thomas Saxby, and we are happy to be with you on this new year. There is not a place I would rather be. So let's talk some sports, fellas. We got the NFL playoffs just 2 weeks away. We got the NBA season. You know, we're closing in on about, I'd say we're about at 30 games, into the season. How you guys feeling? Who wants to kick off this episode?
Man, I'm feeling all right, man.
Okay.
New year, new me.
New Year, same Matt.
New year, same me, chilling, you know.
We love that, though. We love
Always.
that.
But, you know, had a nice little ending to the year. Had a couple little get-togethers, Christmas, New Year's. It was fire. But one thing I want to talk about is somebody over the last few games, they're just showing how efficient they can really be.
Okay.
On a struggling team with a lot of young and old talent mixed in, and he's trying, just kind of like showing that he can be a real player in this league. And I'm talking about one and only Tre Johnson on the Wizards, rookie.
Bag pull.
Bag pull. And I just feel like, in my personal opinion, skill set wise and everything, I feel like he could be a top 3 rookie from this class.
Okay.
I feel like it's him, Edgecombe, fucking Cooper Flag. And then, like, I feel like Con Knipple's fire and all, but I feel like he's that prototype.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like he's going to be a phenomenal role player in this league for years to come.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a long career for his skill base. But I feel like somebody who can be a star is Tre Johnson. And I feel like he can do it all. Like, yeah, his defense isn't the most amazing, but offensively he can do it all. His stroke is crazy.
Yeah.
He can shoot from 40 feet. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I love him.
It was a good pick by them. I mean, the only unfortunate thing with Washington is that, with how bad their season was last year, they were supposed to be, number 1, number 2. So when you drop to number 5, it isn't the most exciting thing in the world. But
if you can get a top 3 guy out of a number 5 pick, that's always a
that's
steal.
kind of exactly what. But what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Happy New Year to
Yes,
the people.
sir.
Happy New Year to my guys, man, and everything, man. Well, with me, man, I want to stay in the vein of the NBA, man. As it comes to the NBA, man, as we're kind of talking and speaking, like kind of just picking up or piggybacking off of Matt, like you want to think about things like this, man. Teams need to start, and fans, I think, you know what I mean, need to start taking the perspective of like the teams that we see now with like the OKCs, the Utahs, the Orlandos, because now listen to the point that I'm gonna make real quick, right? Because what they've done like now is like villainize versatility, right? They made versatility like into like some type of curse. Like, so if you don't do all of the things like lead the locker room, lead in scoring, pick up the best player on defense, you know what I mean? And then if you have a bad shooting night, you know what I mean? Like you get killed. You know what I mean? Over here at a different sports show, we already know that we highlight the great, right? But at the end of the day, as it pertains to like the collective conscience, you understand what I'm saying? People start to actually vilify versatility, right? But what's true is what we're starting to see and what people I think have always been a part of sports. It is about having a superstar, but it's also about what you notice about great teams or super teams. People need to pay attention to making sure that you have teams where everybody knows their role. You understand what I'm saying? This is the best recipe for success right now. Like at the end of the day, trying to just build out off of one guy and everything like that is great, right? As long as you're building with pieces that know their roles.
And sensibility.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I think all of the super team dynamics and all that kind of, I don't think that it is really ever going to really work anymore. Like in the modernized basketball, you know what I mean? Just based on how people flourish more on their roles and how You know what I mean?
Because it's just the human way. Like, stuff that makes sense is just going to work.
Yes,
at the
man,
end
and
of the day.
it's just time. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you don't have to vilify the versatility.
At all.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like a
Exactly.
dude can't be
Good point.
expected to do fucking
point.
everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The teams have to build around that guy
Yeah.
in order for him to reach that full potential.
One player can only
of-
do so much, no
you
matter
know,
how good they
yeah,
are. We've
man.
seen it time and
But
time again.
there is one person doing everything on the Boston Celtics, and that's who I want to talk about
Yeah.
right
Uh-oh.
now. I want to talk about Jaylen Brown. No, obviously he isn't doing every single thing. There's guys out there like Derek White, my bad, getting 7 blocks the other night.
Derek Williams, that's a bag pull. That's
Derek
a bag
Williams. I almost said rest in peace.
R.I.P. Shawn Michaels.
R.I.P.
If you know,
Shawn
you
Michaels.
know.
But yeah, no, Jaylen Brown, man, he is having quite the season. I think it is actually safe to say that he is one of the guys.
Yeah.
I think he won Finals MVP, won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Still, a lot of people were questioning because they had Jason Tatum, they still had Drew and Kristaps. So, a lot of people were questioning the legitimacy of said awards for Jaylen Brown because he's not the number one option on the team. But this year, he's the number one option on the team. This year, the Boston Celtics weren't expected to do a goddamn thing. But this year, the Boston Celtics are a player. Why? Because this man, Jaylen Brown, is doing every damn thing on that court. Not only is he still keeping up with the defense, but 29 and a half, 5 and 6.
And the run he's currently on is
Yes, exactly.
disgusting.
Shooting 50 from the field and 37 from 3. Just doing everything and more.
Yeah.
I mean, because did we expect Jaylen Brown to have big games? Of course, he's one of the only
Absolutely.
big skill players on the court. But to do it the way he's doing it this year, absolutely, man. Shout out to Jaylen Brown to really shutting a lot of people up.
Yeah.
Because
Hell yeah.
there was a lot of talk.
Yeah,
around
yeah.
that.
I think that it's also about how people take in basketball. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their favorite for the reason why they have their favorite. But when you're actually watching the game and what goes into winning and everything like that,
Absolutely.
the Celtics don't have anything without Jaylen Brown
Right.
in the past 5 years
Of course.
their dominance and their learning to actually win championships,
Yeah.
right? So at the end of the day, I always fought the good fight for this guy, but it's good that it's actually a consistent thing, and it's not like in highlighted moments where the culmination is always about
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, right now, you are also able to see the sustained greatness of actual Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean?
And which is because he's always been this
Yeah.
great two-way
Yeah,
player.
yeah. And here's the funny
that's
part.
been
Yeah,
the glue of the Celtics. But
Without
now
a
he's in the
doubt.
spotlight.
Yeah,
and
without a
it's
doubt. I
great
think
to
a
see.
lot of this shit
Yeah.
started too. Just to be real funny, real quick. I think a lot of this shit started once some of his Beijing rubbed off on a couple players on a couple of nights. You know what I mean? He did a couple of, streams
embracing
right
the
after,
meme has been
you know what I
fucking
mean?
great.
No,
has
yeah.
gone
Hilarious.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's,
Just to be honest,
he's one with the memes. I love Jaylen
absolutely,
Brown.
man.
So yeah, I mean, we're warmed up. We're into the episode. If you guys are liking this so far, make sure you guys subscribe, leave some feedback. Visit the website below, adifferentconversation.net. We have a
Lock
lot
in.
coming for you guys this year. I mean, of course, we're continuing with the sports, but we're going to keep improving and keep improving. We got a lot of projects planned on the side, so when we get to them, you guys are going to be blessed with a lot of content. With that being said, let's dig a little bit more into the episode with some recent headlines. So there has been a lot of chatter. We are out of the holidays, but there was a lot of complaining this year about players playing on both Thanksgiving and Christmas, or one or the other, or just in general. And I get it, but I kind of wanted to pick your guys' brain. How do you guys feel about that? There was a lot of negativity towards all of the holiday games this specific year.
Not mad at it.
Yeah.
To me, it's throughout the whole day, yeah, I get it. It's all right, people got to spend time with their families, but they want to watch football or basketball or whatever it is. But games are games, man. Once the celebrating is done and you go and sit down, they got a game on. I love that. You feel me?
It's cool. Vibe.
I didn't really, because I did see a bunch of people bitching about it. I'm just why do you care?
Yeah.
Why is it that deep?
I mean, my
Anytime there's sports on, it's a good time.
Yeah,
I
mean, as a fan, it's always entertaining. I mean, I guess I would say, everyone.
It sucks for them though.
Yeah,
the
everyone
players
deserves the holidays off.
Yes.
You know, But I don't know. I mean, it just goes back to things like you can have that day always, especially when you got millions, man. Like,
yeah, whenever y'all done, let me cook. Like,
but go ahead.
I
go
mean,
ahead.
not even let me cook. We just go like. So
Because
first of all,
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
I'm not in the middle at all. Like, I'm not in the middle at all.
I was taking it as a consumer standpoint.
Yeah. So as a consumer, as a businessman, as a independent contractor, you know what I mean, which most athletes are, you know what I mean, and from a business model standpoint, it has always been on during the holidays.
Yes.
I believe that with
and it's always been a big deal.
Yeah, it's
of course.
always
Christmas games is one of the most watched games in the year.
People used to argue when their team wasn't playing on Christmas.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving games for football is huge.
Yes.
It's a tradition at this point.
Yes, it's geared around the holidays, like you know what I mean. So and the new year. So at the end of the day, I think that those players already know that. You know what I mean. When entering into that. Come on, man. Like, come on. That's just one of those. I don't even want to do it, but it's one of those kind of things. But it's something that's always going on.
You're getting paid millions to have sacrifices.
Compensated handsomely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The people who are actually complaining, which aren't the players, right?
Exactly.
Aren't the players, aren't even making, you know what I mean, a tenth of what these guys are making.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Playing the game. That's because
Brokies.
they are the same people who don't want to work on the holidays if they have to. But I'm of the ilk that if I'm going to get paid more, I'm working any day that I'm supposed to work. Like, you understand? I'm going to get paid more to work that day. Like
that time and a half or double time, whatever it is for some people, that shit hit.
Like in any world, like you understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm supposed to work on a holiday, my family understands. You know?
And my thing with sports players too is like you're not
real world,
you're not dedicating your whole day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a couple hours before, you know, getting there, shooting around, a couple hours for the game, a couple hours after for press, but. And football, maybe you add a couple hours onto that, but it's not like the whole day and the whole holiday is lost.
I mean, it pretty much is, but like.
No, I mean.
If you have to travel, it pretty much is.
Yeah. But then you get you get a few days off after that.
Oh no, yeah, in the day it sucks, I guess, but I mean, like, yeah, like he said, you're getting well compensated.
Yeah.
Guess what? When you're 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, 10-year, 20-year career's done, because some people last longer than others.
Yeah.
You'll have the rest of your life
spending your Christmas in
to
Cancun.
enjoy all the vacations you want, unless you're like some of these guys who, like Odell, you know, that $100 million contract ain't gonna last him a lifetime.
Hell yeah, man! But yeah, no, I just want to talk about that because
that shit got me so tight.
Yeah, stuff definitely caught my eye. Yeah. So Stefon Diggs is in. Matt's the Patriots fan here. So Stefon Diggs is in some trouble again. So apparently he got into it with his personal chef. We don't know what's true, what's false. So innocent until proven guilty. We believe in that on this show here. But you know he does. You know he has a past of being absolutely crazy. I'll let you open this up. What was your reaction? First off, no, my reaction. I'm just scrolling, and all of a sudden it just pops up. And then as I see it, I see the notification pop up on my screen. As I'm already reading, I'm just like, there isn't a successful Patriots season without some legal actions. You feel me? It goes without saying. In one way, shape, or form, somebody has legal issues whenever we have successful season. We might be having a little bit more Patriots success. Maybe. As long as there's no double homicides, you know, I'm fine with it. Or no Spygates. No Spygates. Well, no, that regime is gone. The whole Belichick regime of that is not here no more. So, I mean, we ain't going to be doing none of that no more. Yeah, Stefon Diggs is a wild guy, man. I think the stuff that came out. Cardi was tight. You saw her; she was posting mad shit about it. I was like, oh shit. I don't know. So Stefon Diggs is just a wild guy. I think the Patriots knew who he was when they signed on the contract. I mean, all the baby mamas. All the scandals already leading up to that point. I was happy when I first saw it. I was like, damn, because I just saw charges. No, I was happy it wasn't a fucking domestic violence thing. Because at first I was like, oh God, he's about to get ruined. Yeah. But then I just saw it was some shit with his chef, and I'm like, all right. Like, thank God it's not worse. Yeah, I was just like, thank God it's not worse. That's all. It sucks it happened, but it could have These NFL players be happy to beat a girl sometimes, it seems like. And I'm like, you guys are ridiculous. They'd be happy for that. They'd be happy to just have mad kids. Like Phillip Rivers. Wow. Yeah. He's at 32 and counting. No, I'm playing. How do you feel, Tim? How do you feel about that whole
I mean,
situation?
that's like, I don't, you know what I mean, man? I really don't have a real take on that. That was, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real funky for 2026. If I don't have anything to offer on these things, because listen, man.
I'm gonna keep it funky.
Listen,
You
man.
say, fuck
Listen,
that segment.
because at the end of the day, no, not like that.
No,
because
no.
at the end of the day, we already know the other things that's attached to it and what's already been said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would like the man to go ahead and keep getting his money. You know
course.
what I mean? Let that play out the way that it needs
Oh,
to
yeah.
play out. His wife supported him the way that she needed to. You know what I mean? When all of this type of thing takes place. But I love that it's something that people like to talk about, right? Because it's that player. It is New England. You know what I mean? And then we already know, man, what can go wrong kind of will go wrong with
Yes.
certain
Yeah.
people.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean?
It's just like
you know what I'm saying?
Couldn't be
Like,
a completely wholesome, healthy New England Patriots
Yeah,
here.
like-
It just couldn't have
yeah,
been.
like not at all.
There's just
man.
no
It's
way.
not happening,
There's just
man.
no way at all.
because low key, like if you were to up until that point, if you were to take a collage or like make it a storybook moment of this NFL season for the Patriots, it's the most happy-go-lucky ass shit
bro,
you've ever
it's
seen.
just- they started off innocent, fumbling the
Yeah,
ball.
it's some
like-
Disney Channel ass shit, and then this happened. It's just like makes
Oh, yeah,
sense.
Stefon Diggs.
Was waiting
It's
for
our-
it. No.
our brother.
I was just like, all right.
All right, so yeah, so the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder. It seems like the Spurs
Belt to
got
ass.
their,
They got their number.
They got their number a little bit. What's your analysis on the games that they've played so far? What are you seeing in these games? What have the Spurs figured out that the Thunder haven't?
Space.
Or that everybody else hasn't, I should say.
Space. Basic basketball space, I would think. Along with the addition to that space is having somebody 7'5" that can shoot
just have God on
in
their
all
team,
of
yeah.
that space as well as defend in all of that space on both sides. You understand what I'm saying? I think that not just Victor. You got to think about Castle. You got to think about, you know what I mean? Harper. You got
Vassell.
I love Dylan Harper so much.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and then offensively, don't play around with how people respect De'Aaron Fox and how he has developed that step back three.
We was talking
There's
about
a lot
Maxey
of
before the
things-
show. That boy
there's a lot of
fast.
things going for San Antonio right now that they're able to kind of express.
healthy.
Listen, they're kind of able to express as well as play out against OKC, right? Like that's a natural born rivalry, I think, through the age. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Through
100%.
the drafting classes. You understand what I'm saying? And then just how they're highlighted in their careers right now. Is in all honesty, it's just more about they're able to apply the same pressure, right? The same defensive pressures that OKC is totally, you know what
Cooking
I mean?
everyone else with.
What everyone loves about them, they're able to apply that same pressure, but along with the offensive, you know what I mean, spacing, they have somebody that is a equalizer, or what I would, not even an equalizer, a plus. You understand what I'm saying, with Victor Wembanyama. Now listen, they tried to play out a nice little rivalry between him and Chet, but in all truth, let's be honest, there is no kind of, you know what I mean, like competition as it pertains. Not at all. You understand what I'm saying? I think that it is good fodder for the games, but in totality, like,
it's not a knock for Chet. I mean, Chet's a
not at all. He's
fantastic
good.
role
He's
player in this
great.
league.
Now, I don't think that means that San Antonio has anything to do with what happens in the playoffs.
Oh,
that's
okay.
totally different.
Regular season and playoffs, postseason are very different
two
beasts.
totally different things.
But you've seen it plenty of years where when the Magic were bad, they would win 3 of their 4 matchups with the Celtics and then get booted by them in the playoffs every year. So it don't matter with that shit. But one thing I will have to say, and I do like the Chet conversation, because, Chet, people say, well, he's a third option on the team. If Chet had a team of his own, would he be closer to Vic? Of course, because he would be a first option. But Vic is by far the better player in every aspect. And one thing I do think is, like, remember the rookie year, their rookie years? Chet had sat out his rookie year, so he ended up being in Vic's rookie class for Rookie of the Year and everything. And that first half of the season, people are like, man, it's a close race, but Chet's just more efficient, this, that, and the third. Vic knows, heard those talks, heard that chatter. So he makes sure it's personal a little bit every time they match up. And he's like, clearly I'm the better player, so I'm going to let you know, little man. And so, like, and Kem said it all. It's just like they match the defensive intensity along with the offensive intensity. Harper is great off that bench. We were talking about Maxey before the episode, but as being one of the fastest guys in the league ever. Fox was that too, and still is that. and he can just get up and down the floor and run that offense beautifully. We got Vassell being a two-way guy, Keldon Johnson out there. You just got so many pieces on that team. Barnes randomly just still being that vet role player on that team. And there's just so many things on that team that we talk about the depth of OKC. That Spurs team has that depth too. And it's going to be a rivalry for years to come,
Yeah.
especially just like how good they are right now. And they all have all these guys on long contracts.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, when it comes to the Spurs and Thunder, I mean, it was kind of like, Kem was kind of starting to allude to it a little bit. Their rivalry started like kind of as soon as Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were drafted. I mean, obviously they were drafted to the Supersonics, became the Thunder, and then as soon as they were good, it was Spurs Thunder. It seemed like they were facing every other year in the playoffs. And then they were both bad together. Both teams were bad together, and then now they're both good together. So it seems like we got a lot more playoff battles with them. I think what it seems like with OKC is the way to beat them is to just overwhelm them, because that's how they beat everybody else. It's their intensity, as you guys keep saying, on both the offense and defensive end. It seems like, because you go back to the Pacers series, you go back to the Nuggets series last year, and why they went to 7 games like they did it was because they were just being overwhelmed. The Nuggets found out what worked, and the Pacers found out what worked, and they were just spamming and spamming and spamming. That's what the Spurs have been doing. I mean, honestly, when you have Victor Wembanyama, it's literally just that easy. Like, the dude is a menace. He's a monster. And I'm kind of glad we have him. I'm kind of glad we have him to counteract this domination that OKC can and may just still be able to put up. And again, yeah. Okay. Nothing to say about playoff time, because obviously we got to see who gets there healthy. I like how the Spurs match up, because if OKC truly can't stop Wemby, I don't see how they figure it out over a 7-game series. It'll definitely be interesting.
And here's the other part to that. Only because you just said that last part about not being able to stop Wemby. Do you understand that in the games that they've won, Wemby hasn't even scored over 20 points?
Yeah, because he came off the bench.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Which is wicked.
You know what I mean? Which is really
Yeah.
awesome and just shows the continuity with the Spurs.
Yeah.
Again, with what they are able to experiment with, because they already similar draft classes, right? Similar age groups, similar athleticism, similar mindsets. You understand what I'm saying? To whereas though now you also have the missing link that isn't even a part of the starting pieces. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy thing. And what they're doing down in San Antonio, man, got to give their hats off to that coach.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And what
Step in the way he stepped in for Pop.
especially with the pieces and the development. You know what I'm saying? Like from year 1 to year 2 with Castle, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So just a lot of it. Even, you know what I mean? Just the whole thing with the Spurs. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
And I think a big thing too is the role that Keldon Johnson now plays. He's a very efficient role player these days. And, he was supposed to be, this big deal kind of player.
But he was their centerpiece at one point. It was him and Murray.
And to kind of, keep his head into the game to the point where he kind of, was able to transition him into that role player and be okay in that role and be okay sharing the ball and be okay with all that. Because it's tough when you go into the league.
He's a Norman Powell beat.
I hear it. Damn, that was a good comparison.
Great comp.
I like that.
Great
I like
comp.
that. All right, so moving into our last headline that I want to talk about. So Trae Young, there's a lot of rumors flying, and for obvious reasons. As Matt had opened up an episode in the past with, if Trae Young comes back and the Atlanta Hawks stink, there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations that'll have to be had.
They stink.
And they stink, and they are being had. So obviously, something leaked with the Atlanta Hawks that they're, trying to shop around Trae. Do you guys think a team will actually go for Trae Young? What team out there would? How do you guys feel about that?
Yes, I definitely think he's not like a toxic, hated player around the league. People love Trae, unless you're New York or Philly. But realistically, I feel like he could help a lot of teams, and people will go for him. I could see the Nets trying to go for him. I could see the Heat trying to go for him. I could see there's a lot of good point guards around the league. I could see those two teams trying to go for him. I don't see a contender going for him because there's all the contenders in the league pretty much have great guards. So they would just be a stupid fit or a weird fit that wouldn't make sense. But I could see one of these mid-level teams or bad teams trying to go out, just throw a bunch of picks at him or something, or just to make it like the Heat put him over the edge a little bit, something like that. But I just don't know if he fits a Spoelstra system.
But the thing about the trade is he only has to finish the rest of this season on contract.
He has a player option, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's the thing too. It's like the only
now,
time.
So now knowing that, can you refresh? Do you want to refresh where he can potentially go, or do you still? Because remember that part though, when
No, I feel like the only way he gets traded.
Sacramento, man.
you think.
I feel like the only way he gets traded is if somebody can get him to agree on a contract extension this summer. If he drops a player option, which we've seen it, Brandon Ingram in the past and stuff like that. So we've seen the predetermined fucking agreements before the season ends. But I don't know. It's just, where will he go? I think he will get traded, but where will he go that it matters is what's important.
Yes.
And I don't know.
So I believe that, I think I'm in agreement with you. So we kind of, gaslit all of this, like with our conversations. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and join the conversation.
Subscribe.
If you've been following, man, these are all the things that we've been kind of, pointing to before the writing's on the wall. So with all truth, man, I think with the young roster that they have, it is amazing, and it is important that they do shop Trae Young right now. I think that Trae Young will probably end up on a contender. I'm gonna be honest with you, just for the rest of the season, right? Just for like the rest of the season, he's probably not going to agree to whatever terms that there is. Going to explore the market, you know what I mean? Whatever, and end up somewhere else.
Well, see, but then like, where's his value at for trade? Because you ain't giving up a lot of pieces for the
not at
3-month rental. So it's like,
not at all.
I don't think the Atlanta Hawks would agree to something so little just for you to have him for a 3-month rental.
Yeah, but my point is that it isn't about what the Atlanta Hawks really want to do. Like, what they want to do is focus on the group that they have. It's about getting Trae Young
they're
out
trying,
of there.
but they're also going to try to get pieces back.
Yes,
they
but
are.
they're not good. But the whole of the sum doesn't have to come through the team that Trae Young goes to.
Three-way trades or
three-team
trades and shit.
Like,
so
that's why he's going. I believe that he's going to go. So let me finish. My thing is, I think he's going to go to a contender because of that reason. It doesn't have anything to do with what he's owed. It has everything to do with what is needed for the rest of the season, and then that affects all of the teams. Atlanta is definitely going to get whatever they're looking for out of the deal. It's about the other two teams, you know what I mean, who are on this trade and how they're going to fare out. Like, you know what I mean? So, for instance, we got mad at these, man. We got wild player data. Like, one of the latest we can look at, DeMar DeRozan is one of those. Kawhi Leonard is, like, you can go on a tour, you understand what I'm saying, and not sign back with that team and blow your thing back up, and there be, other teams involved, but it's about what you do with the trade. You understand what I'm saying?
I could see Toronto being an option, too.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, it can be.
Him for Quickly or some shit.
He's going to be on the East, though. I don't think it's going to be, you know what I mean, anywhere.
There ain't no reason to send him to the West. He
know
shouldn't want to go out West.
like,
and given it's not his option.
Yeah,
But
he's going to get cooked. Yeah, he's going to get cooked.
Why?
Because he ain't going to no contender. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest about Trae Young. Like, I mean, come on, we're on year. Like, this is another year of him being a terrible shooter. This is another year of him disrupting entire offenses. This is another year of like him being on the court, being a negative, no matter what's going on, what's happening.
Damn.
Like you say, like a contender's going to get him for a rental. I don't think it's going to be worth it for a contender because you're talking about when you have Trae Young on the team, you're going to start him, right? You're going to have to put him as your starting point guard for whatever.
It depends.
I mean, if he's willing to come off the bench, then I mean, hey, if Trae Young comes off the bench, I feel like that'd be crazy.
It depends.
That'd be crazy. I just don't think, ego. I mean, like all these starters have an ego when you're a starter. But when it comes to Trae Young, if you're most likely going to make him a starter, which means now you're changing up the entire play of your whole team because you have to change up the defense because he's absolutely non-existent on defense. So you have to change that scheme. And then on offense, he's going to be the one holding the ball. So what every team does with Trae Young is they lock him into the corner, double team him, and force him to make a play. That's literally what it comes down to with Trae Young.
We've seen terrible defensive-minded or lack of defensive-minded guards in this league that have thrived with teams around them. Like, bro, Steve Nash was a terrible defender.
Luka is a
terrible defender. And they had one of the best teams of their era in a defensive-minded era.
Yes.
So, like, it's like you can just get the right team with him on it.
Yes.
cool. But
yes, in a nutshell, and in a nutshell, it's just that, because it's just what you just said. If he's in the corner with the ball in his hands with a team that is committed to what Trae Young can produce for the teammates, there's going to be screens and actions ran to where that's a negative play. That is something that happens. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
But that's
so
not.
You're changing everything up at the trade deadline for your team to run all these screens.
There's teams there's mad teams that play that way. Like it's like how would I put the term? That play, how would I say it? Like, they play risk-averse basketball. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's people the teams that are committed to winning, you know what I'm saying? Like, today you can have 30, tomorrow he can have 30, tomorrow I can have 30.
Yeah.
You understand
There's
what I'm saying?
a bunch of teams currently like
what
that.
do you mean? That's how basketball is played. Like,
So
the Raptors.
Oh, it's called agenda-free basketball.
Yeah,
Right, so we're
yeah.
trading for Trae Young just for him to pass the ball around?
What do you
because
mean? He can shoot. Like, he can
he's
be
been a terrible shooter the past 3 or 4 seasons.
So what?
No.
He's lost the shot.
He's still.
Okay.
All right.
No, 3 or 4 is
I'll let you
crazy.
have it.
Okay, at least 2 or 3.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Terrible?
Terrible.
He has terrible starts every year. By the end of the year, he's at least a
Look,
36% shooter most years.
Hold on. Hold on.
Most years. Last year, he was down, though. I will say that. But one thing I do want to say is I feel like if Trae Young wants to continue to have Trae Young. I feel like if Trae Young wants to continue to have a lengthy, long career, impactful career, I feel like he needs to not be that 28-8 guy. I feel like he needs to be that 20-11 guy that just takes a step back, isn't the number one option on the team. That conference finals run was a fluke run. You haven't sniffed it since. It just so happened that motherfuckers fell apart and Ben Simmons just didn't want to score a ball. That's really what it came down to. So I feel like if he just wants to continue to have a successful long career, he needs to take a step back, not just chuck up shots, alluding to
drop the ego. I mean, that's really all it is.
100% agree.
He can be an efficient point guard.
So how was that?
But what?
Was I right?
Oh no, you weren't right. I mean, he shoots 41% the last 4 years.
That's great.
I guess on 4 turnovers a game. I mean,
but that's not what we were talking about.
Well, I mean, it's what I'm talking
That's
about.
why
Like
I'm
all
not-
it is.
Oh, you said he's a terrible shooter.
He is.
If you don't
41%
see-
is what you want from the guy shooting the ball the most on the fucking court.
From three?
From field.
We're talking about 3. I was talking about 3.
No, 3 is like.
I wasn't talking about his field at all.
32% the last 4 years.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on, man.
It wasn't.
I ain't letting you just say anything.
34, my bad.
Hold
34.
on. What Trae Young shooting
34.
percentage? Come on,
For
whatever.
4 years?
4 years,
Let me see,
34.
man.
Averaged? What was it?
It's
36,
not as bad as I
36,
thought it
32, 30?
No, it was 32. Hold on. It was 33, 37, 34, 30.
Yeah.
You just talking, man.
I'm not just talking, bro. Like, this is the Trae. I only argue this much about Trae Young is because he was gonna be my favorite player coming
Listen,
into the
brother.
league.
That's just,
Listen,
yeah, you were a
you are
huge advocate.
I
Listen.
loved him in college, loved him when he was drafted, defended him and everything, and then I just realized that he didn't break all the stereotypes that were on him when he came into the league.
Okay.
It just is what it is. He gets all these assists because he holds on to the ball.
His first few star years, he had great potential to become not Curry-esque.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. He doesn't do well
Granted,
off ball.
He's still talented. Like, I'm not sitting here saying he's an absolute bum. He's just not a winning
He never
player
worked
right
on
now.
anything. That's what it comes down to. He just stayed the same player.
And it's like, is that a player you're really gonna want to give assets?
That's why I
to
say he
come
needs to
in and
be like
change your whole team.
a second or
But
third
it's
option.
not- but brother, you got to remember that it's not like we're moving out of that. That's what my opening take was about.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying right now
my
with
opening
how
take is about the fact that the versatility portion of athleticism, you understand what I'm saying, is being stained a little bit, right? Because you cannot expect a player to be versatile but be good at every goddamn thing.
Of course.
You can't. You gotta. That's the dynamic of the team.
but
Somebody
the only
is going
thing that
to,
he's good at on paper is passing.
and steals too.
Okay.
That's good.
Does that make him a good defender?
No, but that contributes to
Does that
offense.
even
that
make-
contributes to offense.
What, his 2 lucky steals that he gets a game?
Man, that's good, bro. That's good. There's point guards that don't get none.
I mean, hey.
That are considered good defenders.
Yes.
All right.
You
We'll
understand what I'm
leave it
saying?
there then.
Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in the weeds of it all, I agree with he needs to be traded, and he's had some no, I didn't expect that much from him to like kill him. That's my
Yeah.
point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, of
I
course.
think it's
Yeah.
just because, like you said, coming
Yeah.
out of college, I have to just rewind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It must have been the Texas stuff and all that. You know what I mean?
I mean, well,
It
coming
was
in the
all
league,
this.
well, because
It was all that.
he rightfully earned his way up the draft boards, and then like everyone fucking hated him for it. And
Yeah,
then,
but he never was big enough.
and then he like beat the Knicks' ass, Eastern Conference run, blah blah blah. Everyone's like, oh, Trae Young is a fucking player, and then
Nice Trey, huh?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it'd be what it be. We're back, so we're gonna be talking about the NFL. So I want to actually start with an interesting discussion. I want to see where your head is with this.
Where your head ass is
Yes.
at with this.
The National Football League Most Valuable Player. I don't know why I just said that full words. NFL
Yeah,
MVP.
I was like, what the fuck?
So it seems like we're down to 2. I think we're at that point of the season where we're down to 2, unless they want to just give another participation MVP to Josh Allen. It seems like we're down to Drake Maye and Matthew Stafford. We agree with that, fellas?
No, I'm
No.
gonna argue.
He's
with
still
you right
talking
away.
Jordan
Oh, wow.
Love.
You know, no, not at all. I'll switch. So since time has changed, right? Listen, just like the standings, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put Christian McCaffrey in there too.
Okay.
Yo, shout
Okay.
out me at the
Okay.
beginning of the season. I said he's still that motherfucking guy. And everyone's like, he's coming off an injury. He's
Listen,
getting older.
if he
Fuck that
yeah,
shit.
if he gets this, I guess it's like 87 something yards
Yeah.
receiving. This last game here, he'll have the dual
1,000,
thousand.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
which
I
is
mean?
fucking
Which would be
ridiculous.
fire.
He's been
So he
quietly-
would have to be, and then think Brock Purdy was hurt like 8 games. So with 2 different quarterbacks.
Shout out to
still-
Mac Jones for
you know what
doing
I
his
mean?
fucking
Like,
thing during
yeah,
those 8 games,
You know what I
too.
mean? So that's
Yeah.
all I wanted to say. And Matt,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Matt, you could take it
Not
away.
that
I love
I
that.
thought you were gonna say Josh Allen. I was about to
Nah.
explode. We were
Nah,
about
not at all.
we were
Oh, not at all.
about to
Not at
have
all.
a heated
Hey
debate.
yo.
How you feeling?
I can go both ways with it. I'm comfortable with whoever wins.
Okay.
Of the 2 between I didn't even think about it. I would love if McCaffrey won, just to
Yeah.
even strengthen my take earlier in the year. But
Because he's been MVP worthy for years.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. And but if between Stat or Drake Maye, I would be comfortable with whoever, especially because I've loved the Rams this whole season. I've talked about them numerous times on this show, and I talked about how just good Matt Stafford still is, and that he probably should win MVP. And I was talking about that earlier on into the season. As the year went on, though, Drake Maye has just been continually the masterclass of consistent. He obviously in his last game went nuclear with the 5 tutties,
But so-
19 for 21 efficiency.
I know
It
you don't like the comparison, but it's very Brady-esque.
So
It's
I don't hate the comparison. Obviously, if you're getting compared to Brady, that's amazing, and I'm a Patriots fan, so that warms my heart.
Right.
But I just want I want people to slow the fuck down on it. That's all.
Fair.
Just because people loved Mac Jones in New England for a few
his name's
years.
fucking Mac Jones, dude.
Yeah. But so here's
That's a cool ass.
Here's the arguments that you can go with both of them. They're both super efficient. They both have played the whole year. They both got good amount of yards. Obviously, Stat has more yards, and he has 12 more tuts.
Yeah.
But doesn't have as good as a record. But then you want to go to it. Brady. Patriots, you said Brady and got him into my head. Fucking Patriots have had the second easiest schedule in the whole league. So you got pluses and minuses. Do you want just a consistent guy who's doing his thing? Do you want the Josh Allen of last year or the Lamar Jackson? That's pretty much like in my head of like the comparison I can go for the most recent history. But yeah, I would be fine with whoever
Well,
won it.
and I would like to point something out now that we're on the topic of schedule making. I think there is an issue with schedule making with the NFL. And I just want to say it because, and obviously maybe the AFC was a little bit weaker this year, so that's maybe why the Patriots.
Yeah, when you have
ended
one of the
up with-
weakest fucking divisions
Yeah.
and you got 2 teams just running through the rest of it.
Yeah. I mean, but when it comes down to that, it seems like the NFL loves to pair the shittier teams or what they think is going to be the shittier teams together more often than not, which is why the Patriots
They didn't think
got
Patriots
a
are
much-
going to be this
exactly.
good, yeah.
Whereas a team like the Lions, they were in a war. It
Yeah.
felt like
For weeks
all season
and
long.
weeks.
It felt like teams like the Lions and the Cowboys were just preparing for
They were in a
war
gauntlet.
every single week. The Chiefs were in a lot of big games, every single week as well. So I don't know if there's any correlation. That's something I'd have to look deeper into.
I feel like it just fluffs and defluffs certain records. And
Well, I think what goes into it initially is your strength of schedule is based on how you finish as well.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
100%.
So if you finish on fire, you're normally going to have a little bit tougher schedule.
More prime time
Yeah,
games,
you know what I mean, and things like that.
Yeah.
So your path to or road to the riches is probably going to be a little bit rougher. You understand what I'm saying? But
100%.
for those who may have, and remember what Gerard Mayo did with, you know what I mean, New England before this. So not like that, but you understand what I'm saying?
But it's such a meme because
at
they
the
could
end
have
of the
had
day,
Vrabel a year
you know what I
earlier.
mean?
Yeah.
So
It was
at the end of
perfect.
the
It was
day-
perfect
but I think
timing.
he was really trying to win in Tennessee.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I feel
don't
like
think he
it was
would've-
perfect timing with how everything worked
Yeah,
out.
because if you see his commitment and the turnaround of New England, if he actually was in Tennessee, he was not coaching to leave. You understand what
Well,
I'm
it's
saying?
just because he
was
wasn't.
coaching to
Well,
win.
because he
You
was
understand
he
what
was
I'm
a
saying?
free agent for that year.
Yeah.
And no one picked him up.
Right.
I mean, he did interviews and stuff, but just no one picked him up. And the Patriots chose Mayo over Vrabel.
Yeah, but that probably was a part of his contract, a part of, you know
yeah.
what I mean, like where he left, like he couldn't do that for
But,
you.
I mean, on the MVP stance, I like your McCaffrey take.
Yeah.
I think the 49ers
I love it.
have a really good record for just how many. Again, another year with crazy injuries for the 49ers. It might end up being a big what if story because it seems like
Ain't no what if.
it seems like every year they have
So-
this collection of injuries.
So I might as well just get into
Yeah.
it right now. So listen, man, this is something that everybody who watches the NFL,
Yeah.
who are closely tied in right now, y'all better be paying attention. You know where the Super Bowl is played this year?
Where?
San Francisco.
Oh shit! What are you about to say?
The Super Bowl is played in San Francisco.
Okay.
San Francisco is 12-4. They can finish right now to have the path of least resistance to play one game and then play the Super Bowl if everything goes right. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of sneaky, like you said,
Yeah.
when it comes to the injuries. Well, 2 games, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You know, so it
And
actually
we're opening
worked
up
out.
for
Yeah,
the first time
for
this
them.
season. We're opening up the
And-
convo.
and
Yeah,
real
kinda
talk.
went crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
It was
yeah.
only ever done like I think once prior, but in the last like 7, 8 years, hasn't there been 2 home game Super Bowls? Hasn't there been?
I'm not sure.
In the last like
I'd
8
have to
years, I
look
feel
that
like
up.
there definitely has been 2
That's-
Super Bowls where there was a home
I'd
team.
have to look that
I
up.
feel like there
bro.
was, and then before that, it was like once in history.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Before we dig in, hold that San Francisco take.
Maybe it was just
I love-
one.
I love that San Francisco. This is the first time we're actually about to dig into the San Francisco 49ers this year.
I love that.
Because I thought they were just going to die off as so many times. I mean, when you lose, guys like Warner, guys like Bosa, and it just happens.
They got a 6th rounder and a 7th rounder filling in for both of those positions who was lighting it up and kind
Like
of
you had Mac Jones in for Brock Purdy, and Mac Jones is dealing with like 2, 3.
Mac Jones is putting up
injuries.
300 to 400 yards a
Yeah,
game.
on a bad leg, bad
Yeah.
shoulder, bad everything.
Yeah.
But for MVP specifically, I think I have to go with Matthew Stafford here. I do love what Drake Maye has accomplished. I love what the Patriots have accomplished. I just think with Matthew Stafford, and I get it. Maybe I'm not saying Drake Maye has to get a bunch of concussions and ponder retirement and all that, but everything that goes into it for Matthew Stafford, this whole second win to his career, the fact that everyone is waiting for the Rams to just fall off, everyone is waiting for Matt Stafford to fall off, and he honestly might have had debatably the best season that he's had in his whole career this year. And it's been important for them because it's been a dogfight in the NFC. Did they win their division? No. But I mean, look at the Seahawks. I mean, look at what they accomplished. I don't think I'll be mad either way. I think personally, if I was a voter, I would give it to Stafford. But
Yeah,
you're you're fully.
Well, no, I'm just introducing him into the conversation.
Yeah.
If I had to go right now, I would actually vote for. If I had a vote, I would vote for Christian. But in asking your question right now, with the top 2 with who you put in there, I would go with Matt Stafford.
Yeah, it's
You know
it's
what
like
mean?
I said because
Yeah.
we've all agreed
Yeah.
last year. Josh Allen was that consistent guy and everything, but we all thought Lamar should have won. So I made
Yeah.
that comparison to not out loud say who I'm going for,
Yeah.
but it's Stafford deserves
But it's
it,
cool
man.
shit. Like
Stafford.
in his second year, Drake.
Yeah,
Because
no.
everyone was scared that he was gonna have this Mac Jones trajectory.
Yeah.
Because oh man, nothing good happens to us, even though we just
Best
won all these
quarterback
Super
from that
Bowls.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, to open up the 49ers conversation.
Yeah.
You think they're a threat?
Yeah, because listen,
They
they're
can be for
listen,
sure.
check it out. Listen,
Like,
listen.
okay.
In the NFC
Yeah.
right now, do you know the top of the NFC West is Seattle and San Francisco?
San Fran, yeah.
13-3, 12
Because the Rams
4.
are just either
Listen,
third.
yeah, and then now,
Yeah.
here's the crazy thing. Whoever wins this next game is top of that division.
Yes.
Okay? And then that's great because at the end of the day,
That's number 1 seed.
yes,
that's the bye.
that's the
Yeah.
number 1 seed.
And then you get to
Bam.
face the worst seed coming out of
You know what
the
I'm
wild
saying?
card.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And then, so.
Because, I mean, like, and you think about it with the 49ers, you think, like, they've been here before.
Yes.
Some of those guys have been there twice before.
Yes.
They've been
Yes.
here this whole time of them falling on their
Yes.
fucking faces. Kyle Shanahan is a guy that probably, like, and I honestly feel like you could see it on Kyle Shanahan's fucking face that this guy probably has nightmares, dreams.
Yeah.
He probably, like, his wife probably hates him because of how much he probably thinks about the Super Bowl and thinks about football. Like, I really want to see Kyle Shanahan win one.
Listen,
I don't want it to come at the expense of the Eagles. Just let's make that clear. But the football fan in me,
Yeah.
like I said, like Brock Purdy, like people can't forget he was already in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's already like there's gonna be none of this pressure that hovers over these players. Like
Yeah.
Brock Purdy had that pressure coming into the league because he had to break that last pick in the draft stereotype. And all of that, and then all of a sudden he was leading his team to the fucking Super Bowl. Well, no matter how good that team was, he was the quarterback of that football team, and we can all agree Brock Purdy is at maybe the bottom of the top 10, maybe 11 to 15 of quarterbacks in the league. He's serviceable, very serviceable.
Shoot, man, I'm gonna go higher than that. But anyway,
But
I don't know
respectable.
the football politics.
Higher good or higher bad?
higher
Like,
better.
Yeah, that's what I
yes,
thought.
He's
Yeah.
higher better.
he's
than
like
top
6.
15.
He's like top
But
Yeah,
at least,
hell-
at
six,
least,
6 to 11.
Yes,
you could, I would be
man.
at
comfortable
least
with him.
consensus top 15 of everyone's opinion.
Yes,
At
should
the-
be.
Yeah, if they want to do it that
If
way.
somebody
Yeah,
has
if
him
they
out the
wanna do
top
that-
15,
yeah,
they're
like,
just.
If you're a
they're
hater,
just,
I don't think you can have
yeah.
Brock Purdy outside
Yeah.
of the
All right.
top 15.
All right. Now check it
Yeah.
out. You can't have. Listen, he's in that top 10. Stop playing with
Yes.
them boys. Being honest with you. Stop playing with those guys. Now here's the funny thing. I don't know what's going on with the football politics in San Fran, but Brandon Ayuk got his money, but he did not play not a game of football.
Yep.
And that's the thing. They're winning with all this bullshit,
Yes,
bro.
Ricky Pearsall gets shot last season. You know what I mean? Comes back, plays
Yeah.
at the end of the season, gets hurt mid-season. This season, still putting up numbers, right? Brock
Dog.
Purdy down with the turf toe, come back, running the ball, looking real good, just like you highlighted. Mr. Irrelevant, man. Listen, and
Yep.
then the other thing about it is their defense. Listen, their offense, their most like long-standing protector of Brock Purdy and every other quarterback is even out. What's his name? Trent, whatever, I guess.
Armstrong?
No,
Yeah,
Trent
or-
Jones
no,
or
just-
something
yeah,
like that. Yeah, the big
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
But he's down. So they are playing with a lot down and with house money. But the end, they are ultimate competitors. And it's kind of crazy.
No
because
one's worried about
they're
them, bro,
looking
for the
really good.
first time.
Listen, and Kittles was even out. Like
Yeah.
they won last week with the other tight end,
Yeah.
Tongus and Brock Purdy doing it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a really good thing, man.
Like I say, you lose your heart and soul in Fred Warner, lose your heart and soul
It's
again
crazy,
in Bosa.
bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And you just said it. I'm telling you, and it's when.
There has to be a lot of motivation in that locker room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like when you think like when it comes to veterans, it's like they take that shit seriously.
They're a unit.
Absolutely. And
They're not a
Brock
team,
Purdy
they're
is
a
guy
unit.
of faith. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's a crazy thing. It's really beautiful what they got going on. Not
Yeah.
to say what's really going to happen, but the path that is laid out for them is amazing. If they accomplish this first one here with Seattle, it's going to be crazy.
One thing that I wanted to say in our NFL discussion is it kind of piggybacks off of what you said a few episodes ago, is to not count out Jordan Love. They've squeezed in the playoffs as the last seed. I get it. They don't have Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is on his little Twitter adventure to shit on Jerry Jones right now. He's not even worried about what the Packers are doing in the playoffs right now. But I want to say Jordan Love, I really want to shout this guy out because when you take a step back and look at everything, that's going. Obviously, the Green Bay Packers are a good program. We can agree with that. But he is actually number one in a very important stat.
Yeah.
WPA.
Yeah.
Which is win probability added. So it's a stat that actually counts meaningful drives. It doesn't count garbage points.
Nope.
Doesn't count none of that. It's a stat that basically is what you add towards your team's chances of winning. So Dak Prescott was actually number 2, which is actually insane.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Second on that list isn't even
The
close.
guys who
doesn't
take
sniff the
the
playoffs.
most chances, though.
Yeah.
Those are 2 guys who you see push it.
Yes.
Push it. Push it. No matter
Yes.
what. You know what I mean? But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. And, Jordan Love, I mean, you think about it, like the guys that he's throwing the ball to as well aren't the best. Like collectively as a group, they're a good group.
I love Romeo, though.
Separately, but that's what I'm
established.
saying. Like he's good, but
He's
would you
established.
consider him like a top? I don't know, like what exactly? Where would you? You know
I
what I
ain't being
mean?
funny. If he took that big ass cap off of his helmet, he probably
Would jump up there.
Yeah, grab a couple more miles per hour and shit too, because he's a speedster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he is sure-handed as hell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
without a question, he's a 2 no matter what. You
Of
understand what I'm
course.
saying? He's a 2 no matter what. So.
But like, if you separate all those guys, they're not amongst the tops.
I think Christian is a
And
problem.
it's,
I think
Kraft.
Christian Watson
and
is
that's
a
what I'm saying.
problem.
They're all like problems. They're all,
Yeah, I
like,
think Christian is a
they
problem. I think
cool.
Golden can
Yeah.
become a problem, but without a doubt, Brandon Jacobs is a problem.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I
of
mean?
course, of course. Brandon
Their
Jacobs, yeah.
offensive line is a
Yeah.
problem, and Jordan Love
Yeah.
is who he is.
And them as
which-
like a unit with Jordan
Yes.
Love leading that team.
Yes, you
Yeah.
put it together like it's
Yeah.
it's the old line. It's Jacobs, it's Jordan Love that make the rest of those other guys. You know what I mean? And then Jordan is not afraid to put the ball in positions to let his dudes like win. Like you know what I'm saying? Like some of those things that I wish your boy did.
I thought you were gonna say that I did. I was like,
your boy did.
Yeah,
I wish
You
that
need to
he-
do better, man.
New York Jets. Feel me? Nah. But you guys have anything to add to the football conversation?
Nah.
Nah, we good off this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like
said
that.
fuck football,
but I definitely
man.
said it like
No.
that. Nah.
All right, so I want to know your guys' top 5 MVP seasons that you've witnessed. Oh, Cam's pointing at Matt. He wants to hear
Yeah, I
what
wanna
Matt
hear
got to
Matt.
say.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
sir.
what
All right,
you
all
got,
right.
bro?
I don't got their stats up right now. But either way,
don't gotta be-
yeah, no, I know. I just it would be nice to throw out some numbers and
Okay.
shit,
It'd
but
be
with
nice.
it. But you know,
It'd be nice.
fuck that. That's a
think?
luxury. That's a luxurious.
think?
It's a luxurious
It's like
squad
that.
cast. I had the 2 screens.
Easy
But
money.
yeah. But either way, so
We in the big leagues now, big dog.
yeah, I know. I don't have this. This is no particular order, more or less. This is
Okay.
just who I thought of first.
Yes.
So my first year watching the NFL,
Okay.
Peyton Manning had that 04 season.
Oh shit. Oh,
Okay.
Peyton Manning went absolutely nuclear. He had like 4,600 yards, if I'm correct. Might be off on that. He had 40-something tutties. I think only like 8 interceptions. He went nuclear that year. I might don't judge me on the numbers. I'm trying to go off the top of the head real quick. Nuclear season. He went stupid. Next, I'm going 2012. Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
You love when a non-QB
Absolutely.
gets a fucking MVP, and you know they had to go off to do such. And so that's one of the first, if not the first times when I was young, where I was watching football a lot, and I saw that, and I was
Love
like,
that guy.
whoo! Next up, we've talked about it multiple times, especially recently. 2015 Cam Newton. He had the whole world
Yeah.
in a chokehold. Like the dab, the culture, fucking Curry and him were fucking doing appearances with each other at each games, and he was a cultural icon for
was a
that
fun
like
time.
year. It was
That was a
amazing.
fun time.
Next up, I got a 2011 Aaron Rodgers. He was nuclear last season. He was putting up ridiculous stat lines. And then, I mean, if you know me, you know what my number one is. I'm going 07 Brady. It's just
4806.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's come on.
Okay.
Those are my 5.
Those are cute.
Oh, you said that was 07. Brady?
Nah.
You said that was 07?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. So I mean, my list. I'll start off at number 5. I got Cam Newton as well. What?
I love this dude. Go ahead.
What I do not?
Because he be talking mad shit on Cam, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, we had to argue with him to be on Cam's side.
Thank
Like,
you.
come on,
You did it for
man.
me.
Say
Thank
that
you,
he was
bro.
different.
Nah, it was everything. The whole totality of it, man.
Of what? Because
Nothing.
I said his play- because-
Keep going. Keep going. We're not getting into it.
I said Cam Newton's playoff run doesn't hold a candle to Dirk's playoff run, and we're talking about a regular season award.
I'm not even talking about that argument. I'm talking about another argument. Either way, keep going. Keep it
Okay,
going.
number 5. I got Cam Newton. I mean, he took over the world. Like my guy Matt here said, The whole world was encapsulated around the idea of Cam Newton. I mean, he had the league fining him, for his taunts. He wasn't even allowed to do the Superman taunt. They were hating on him so bad.
Which is crazy.
It ended in a very shitty fashion. Never got back, which sucks. But that's what makes this run more special, is that there's a lot of nostalgia built onto this run. It's very similar to Derrick Rose. A lot of people hold on to it. So number 5, I got Aaron Rodgers, his 48 touchdown, 6 interception season. One of the most accurate seasons we're ever going to see from a quarterback. That man was lethal. He didn't make mistakes. I mean, obviously, the playoffs didn't go well for him. But when did it really ever go well for Aaron Rodgers? But he has one more chance, Aaron. You got one more chance, if you win Sunday. Aaron Rodgers, I got him at number 4. Number 3, I actually have 2019 Lamar Jackson.
I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I was thinking about it.
The reason why I have Lamar, it goes beyond the stats. Now, he did rush, for 1,000. I think he did throw close to 3,000. But mostly, it was the story. Because this was the MVP that got him over. This was the MVP that, made Lamar, the guy. He broke every single stereotype. He broke every single barrier. He broke everything that was against him. It was beautiful. And not a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people would rather talk about Lamar's injuries, and they would rather talk about Lamar, sucking in the playoffs. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. We talk about players sucking in the playoffs all the time on this show. However, Lamar is different. He's sensational. He was supposed to be a fucking backup running back or a third-string quarterback. And he's a fucking 2-time, should be 3-time MVP. And he's going to win a Super Bowl one day. And it might not be with Baltimore. Who the fuck knows?
Sensational.
Number 2, I got Brady. 4806 yards, 50 touchdowns. It was one of the greatest seasons that we've ever seen. Because the greatest season that I've ever seen has to go to Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was absolutely insane. Like you want to talk about
those are the 2 that I wanted to put in.
Yeah.
But nostalgia held me up to some of those.
Listen, both of my boys just cooked. I am not mad.
Man, fuck that. He said my list was cute.
Now listen, listen.
O.J. Simpson.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Listen,
Son said,
it was very important that you put in here witnessed, right?
Yes.
Witnessed.
Right?
It was super important.
For me, I am going to start with the all-time great 1997 Barry Sanders. He rushed for over 2,000 yards.
I wish.
Right? Over 2,000 yards. He only played in 14 games. It was 16-game season. No, it was 15. No, it was a 14. He played all the games, I believe, right? At that particular time. But anyway, 2,053 yards. Doing shit, carrying people on his back, making moves that, it's kind of crazy to look at him now to kind of see how he was seeing the game. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you go back and look at the stats.
You could make a 5-minute long highlight reel of just that year.
Amazing, right? Then number 2 for me is going to be 2000 Marshall Faulk. Now listen, man, I'm from an era where it wasn't always about the quarterback. Now, of course, the quarterback, you know what I mean, always provided everything that needed to be. And on this particular team, this was the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
So this is what Christian McCaffrey actually has the ability to kind of replicate with this season right here. Now, of course, the offense isn't the same at all as the 2000 Rams, but with how he is touching the ball and catching the ball, it's kind of amazing. He gets to do that. Now, listen, it's kind of crazy. I heard you say that 5,000 yard season and 50 touchdown season for Patrick Mahomes. But listen, there was one before that was even greater. All right, now, and I know you was around. 2013, Peyton Manning threw for 55 touchdowns and damn near 5,500 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is considered one of the greatest offenses ever.
Fair.
You understand
100%.
what I'm saying? Like, without a question. You understand what I'm saying? This is something I witnessed. Now, again, I gotta put in one that you did. That's why I had to let you cook, because 2019 for Lamar Jackson, the story itself, you understand what I'm saying? Without a question, was one of the greatest things I was ever able to witness. And then now for number 5 for me, it is going to be, I think somebody said it, but it's actually going to be the 2020 Aaron Rodgers for me.
Okay.
The 0
I said
interception.
2011,
Yeah, when he didn't throw no picks at all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That run of throwing that no picks was kind of crazy for me.
Not gonna hold you.
To kind of see, like, what I don't even know how.
Nah,
many
it was
games.
disgusting.
It was like 200 and
disgusting.
something games or some shit like that. Like, that was kind of crazy. So yeah, those are the kind of the coolest things.
Fucking right before we started, he said, "Yo, you guys got your MVPs?" I was like, "Yep."
Nope.
Did them right then and there. I was like, all right, let me feel the first ones that come to my mind.
Do you guys have any NBA topics, or are we jumping right to different or not?
Like big topics.
No.
I feel like we've ran through just in convo somehow.
Yes.
Trae Young got us on a fucking wormhole to shit that.
Yeah, I mean I was only really the only things I had highlighted was that again, the Knicks, they look like a very cohesive team. Kevin Durant's just a god amongst men, and the Clippers are saving the league.
Yeah. The only thing I would really even talk about is probably like the Houston and KD, but it's just like right now we're in a calm spot.
Yeah.
Right before storm's about to hit. Trade season's about to pick the fuck up.
It is.
January, 11th or 12th is when a lot of people come off of.
Shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some shit to talk about. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But
I hope John Moran gets traded somewhere nice. I want to see him get a fresh
fuck
start.
Ja.
Yeah. Bro, John Moran is so talented and
I'm just trying to envision where.
I don't know. I'm hoping Miami, but
I feel like Miami would just do him so much good. Like where I was talking about earlier with I don't know if Trey would fit into a Spoelstra-ran team. I feel like Ja could if he got his head on straight. And I feel like they could get his head on straight.
Because Ja has shown that he can absolutely run an offense.
Yes.
Yeah. And he can run fast.
Yeah, he was 20. The year before he started blasting. He was 28-9 or some shit, 28-8. Like he can definitely control a fucking offense the way he needs to.
I think that he could. I think, but we got until the end of next month to kind of, kind of figure out where everybody's going to go. I think that people are putting on their campaigns, for this particular reason. Like I think even the coach, knows in his mindset to kind of, let him do certain things like right now because if they get the right call, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to actually be able to model exactly what they brought the coach in for. You know what I mean?
100%.
Besides, you know what I mean? Just the fighting that they're getting from him, you know what I'm saying, right now. Even in times of, it's kind of crazy because he's not that unique to where as though he's not a player that you don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a player that respects, like, the type of authority that tells him how he was taught.
Right.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's kind of, it's just like most men don't respect men that they don't believe do the things that they do. You know what I mean? And that's kind of...
No one shoots like John Moran.
Yeah, I'm saying, and I think that's kind of how that's the energy that he projects.
I mean, my thoughts, fully on John, I honestly think he's the most valuable amongst, the big name guys, Anthony Davis, Trae Young. There's other guys that I'm not thinking about
Giannis.
At the moment. Not Giannis. I truly don't really think he's gonna get traded, but the guys that actually could get traded, because I don't know. I just think Giannis is gonna take too much.
You don't think Giannis gonna get traded?
I think it's gonna take too much. It's gonna be.
You don't hear what Giannis said to what's the name when he dunked at the end of the game the other night?
Oh yeah, we gotta go. We're going to war. I gotta I mean. Because, I don't know, when it comes to Giannis, you're going to have to involve so much players.
No, he said, I see what y'all wrote about me, and y'all didn't offer a trade. That's what he said to Valanciunas when he dunked. I don't know if y'all watched it, but he dunked, the Cardinals sin, dunking within the last couple of seconds.
And they were up
the
or whatever,
you know what I mean? He run down and do a windmill. You understand what I'm saying? Valanciunas runs over to
Giannis
him.
said something funny about
No, Vucevic did. Vucevic. It was the Bulls. It was the Bulls.
Excuse me. Thank you. But yes, ran over to him and said that.
Yeah, Vucevic has been very cranky this year.
You know what I mean?
Have you
It's all these young guys, man. They're getting under his skin.
I think it was the Wizards or the Hornets. They'd be 1 point, and the dudes around him were like, "Oh, let's go!" And he was like, "Yo, come on, man, stop." No, but I mean, when it comes to all those bigger names, because I still truly don't think that Giannis gets traded. I think John Morant's going to be the most valuable asset because he's a player you can kind of still I don't want to say save, but he's a player that we know what Ja can absolutely do at his best, and I still think we can get that. When it comes to Trae Young, you're gonna have to do a lot around him, and then Anthony Davis. that's a contract that's going to be hard to trade too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're talking like that's $60 million for Anthony Davis.
For somebody
That
who
don't mean nothing, man. We talking NBA money. We
I
ain't
know,
talking
but
yeah,
our-
but who's gonna
but,
want to
like,
commit
what-
to the injury risk of him?
And then it's like Anthony Davis is probably going to end up going to another team that's just picking him up
He's
as a
not
salary
going. I
dump.
don't think he's going
And
anywhere.
then that's what I mean.
Yeah, I
like
don't
the
think
only
he's
team
going.
that'll actually trade for him is a salary dump. He ain't gonna want to play there, and then we're gonna be back in the cycle again. You know,
Only
like-
team he realistically even want to play for outside of going back to LA or staying where he is fucking Chicago.
Chicago, and they
That's
have
just
no
'cause it's
reason.
home, but-
Yeah. But yeah, all right. So let's do different or not, and let's get out of here. Unless you guys had anything
No,
else.
let's
you
run
wanted
it.
to add.
Let's run it. Let's see
All
what
right,
you got.
bet. So I got 4. I told you I wanted to reopen the name. I want to see how you guys feel about him. I know he lost all 3, but it was nice seeing him out there. He threw some tutties. He looked okay. Phillip Rivers. Are we moved? Are we changed?
No.
Was it cool seeing a 44-year-old?
So listen, you're
Get up.
asking different questions and trying to.
No, I said it's different or not. That's the question.
Son said if he goes on a run and does something, he'll open the conversation up of bringing him
He
back
did
up.
something.
He didn't
He
do
was an
a
inspiration.
fucking thing.
To all of us unathletic
shitting
white
on him.
guys, it proves that we can get up off the couch and go do some shit.
That's the
Different.
wrong way to look at that.
Terrible way to look
That's
at
the
it.
wrong way to look
Different.
at that. That's not. That don't got shit to do with unathletic white guy.
Different.
That got to do with an athletic white guy
Different.
who did not play the same sport anymore, coached the sport, but still worked out, but not worked out to play the sport, and got off his couch.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was
play the
athletic
sport.
as hell.
What are you
As
talking
fuck.
about?
No,
So what?
now, not
And
when he
that
was
fat- and that fat was still
prime.
game shape
All right, so
because
he's not
he was,
different?
you
He's
know
not
what I mean?
different?
No,
No.
no, he was an
All
athlete.
right. Sorry, Philip. I tried, man. Reggie Bush. Now we got to consider college career. I know it was kind of a bust in the NFL. Very iconic name.
So if he can't be because, well, I don't know. I'll let y'all go.
No, I don't think so
Thank
at
you,
all.
man.
No.
All right.
Okay.
You're not going to hold me up on a Hall of Fame type of collegiate season or career.
Yeah.
You can't hold you're not going to hold your weight to me.
I think
at
I was
all.
in the middle because I respect the hell out of his college
So do I,
career.
Me
but
too.
it's not going
He's
to
one of the
do
first,
anything for
he's
me.
one of because like when he was going off in college and in the beginning of his NFL career, that's when I was starting to watch football around that time, and like that's one of the biggest names you fucking hear. Reggie
Yeah.
Bush this, Reggie Bush that, Reggie Bush this.
Yeah. But
Obviously,
Jabari Parker
yeah.
ain't different to me either.
You did?
Jimmer Fredette ain't different to me.
I mean, yeah.
All right, my fault. Those comparisons are wicked, but
Yeah, you went nuts. All right, so we're not different for Reggie
not
Bush.
different.
No.
All right.
And again, someone that, you know what I mean, got great highlight tape. Just not
Yes.
enough. You know what I mean?
All
So,
right, well, let's
Phenomenal.
get someone in there. Scottie Pippen.
Yes.
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 Different. Let's get him in there.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, a very good player. I mean, you even watch, some of the tape back in the day. It's a very comparable about what, a lot of athletic wings do today, just a lot better, a lot more smart, a lot more brilliant.
Yeah, him and Grant Hill were the prototypes
Yeah.
of what today can be.
Yeah, anytime I watch, old Bulls games, it's an art. Watching
that's
Scottie
why it's
Pippen.
And
kind of
then-
crazy.
Yeah.
So listen, man, that's kind of, we're going to revisit something real quick, though.
Oh, I know what you want to
For
revisit.
whatever, go ahead, Matt. Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
That's why I love that you be turning on your heels, but in a very slight way. Because at the end of the day,
He's shifty.
He's shifty as hell. I'm down with you now, though. That's why we got the receipt segment that we got to bring out every once in a while because I love it.
If we just
Because
got the
at
receipts of the episodes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, it's so fire because now, can I ask you again?
No,
looking
no.
at
He
that,
said he's
man,
taking this OKC team
Yes.
over all them first 3 Jordan Bulls
like
teams.
he said, he's taking OKC.
Yeah.
Either way, what strengthens Pippen's argument even more to the fact that he's different is when Jordan wasn't there and he
Yes.
retired,
Talk your talk.
he became the number one and was really holding shit down.
Good.
And so I just feel like that carries him to where obviously if it was just him on that team, would he have probably won all those? Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at
Same
all.
one.
You got arguably the GOAT on your team. It's gonna help a lot. But if you put another really good player aside him, you could have seen maybe he's really successful on his own. And so I feel like 100%. He's one of the best defensive players, point of attack defenders, two-way guys, athletic as hell. His dunk tape is randomly just really good as fuck.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Effortless.
Cool. We got one in. All right, last one. Lamar Odom.
Off court, different as hell. But no, I love me some Lamar Odom. Clippers
player.
Lamar Odom, I love to death. Obviously, Lakers Lamar, he came back, got the 6th man of the year. I love it, but no, not at all.
Okay.
Love his relationship with
You going
Kobe.
with no?
Yeah, I have to.
He is different?
No, he has to go with no.
I was about to say, yeah, he's different. No, just playing. Yeah, no.
Listen, what I can say is
His
like,
health
again,
records are different.
Again, college and Clippers, Lamar was really, really different. He
Yes.
played on the East too. Kind of cool to be able to see a dude like that pre KD.
Yeah, he was pretty
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like little
From all the stuff like I read and stuff, he was a big deal.
Yeah, he actually could really, really hoop anywhere on the
Yeah.
court. Had midi, two.
He was a
stretch,
point forward.
You know what I mean? Yes, man, it was kind of crazy.
Crack
Super athletic.
Yes, very
great
good
three,
handle.
good
Yeah.
midi, great
Yes.
handle, great pass,
All
good
of that.
rebound,
He just
good
was in short
defense.
spurts. And then once going into the triangle, I think with Kobe and stuff like that, he never like blossomed
break out.
anymore.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? From here. But he did win his chips.
And it's a big lesson. Stay off the crack rock. And with that, kids, great lesson to end the show on. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. That was another episode in the books of a different conversation.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
A different sports show. You know, we loved that you guys, you know, still tune in to us. We love that you guys are on this journey with us. We guys hope you enjoyed this episode. We got a lot more coming. Again, there is not another place with the better laughs, the more hotter takes, and everything different. Tune in, strap in, pause. We got a lot more on the way. Peace out.
Lay off the crack.
Mama's on the crack rock.
Oh my God.
That's an old school band. What you know about that, man?
What are
you
we
know
talking
about that,
about? You're the youngest dude in the room.
What you know about that, man?
What you know about rolling?